Hello, Collective. Welcome into your reading today. So, I received the message that we are getting, it feels like one card, but one scenario or one point of focus and diving in. That was the message I received. And as I sat down here, I heard preparing a space for the ending to occur. Not sure what that means, but maybe the cards will open that up just a little bit more. And then I felt guided again to bring the candle out here. And I'm just really noticing, maybe it always looks like this, but when I look at the candle from this direction, it's completely straight up and down. And then, but as I look over, I see how this aura rises and is moving. Like if I pull this over here, you can see how tall and slightly arced that is. Something about this seems significant with the reading, so let's find out what that is, okay? Let's get into it. How is everyone feeling? I have noticed that there's been some heavy, dense energy, and as of today, as it's continued, it's felt like it's lightened. And I did notice on the Schumann resonance, when I looked that up, we had several hours of this solid white light coming in, and it was all the way from the top all the way to the bottom, as if we're feeling this lightness throughout our entire body. 202, as I looked up, bottom of the deck, Chamber of Innocence. That has come up so much, and underneath that, life force. This completely relates to the last two readings that I did, so perhaps if you resonated with that, maybe you will sense that lightening. What came out? The holiest temple. There we go. So, the body, the vessel, and interestingly enough, you can see these streaks of light coming in and encompassing the entire body, like I was just talking about with the Schumann resonance. Okay, I don't usually do this, but I'm feeling very guided to look this up. I wish these had page numbers because they're divided into sections and there's no significator of which section it's in. The holiest temple. Here we go. The body is the destination and the pathway home to everything that we seek. Wow. So when we are looking for something or looking to manifest, it basically starts internally. And that's this point of focus, this internal body. And diving deeper into that. Okay. There's no greater power and no deeper wisdom than that which exists within. So that's leading me to that thought that our bloodline, our heritage, deep in ourselves, that we carry this wisdom not only for the world, but for our own body. Feels like knowing what's right for us. Your body has an intelligence beyond what you could possibly imagine. It's always talking to you, sometimes singing, other times screaming. It's through the body that our soul and the divine can speak. Your intuitive senses are forever delivering information to guide you every moment of every day. What your body is wanting you What is your body wanting you to know today? What does it have to say? And how can you call your soul to you more fully? So many of us were taught to dismiss the body or see the body as something other than sacred. This is one of the worst crimes there is, for there's no greater companion for the soul than that physical body, and no more sacred a vessel than it. So this relates back to one of the shorts that I did just a couple of days ago, saying you may have thought that beautiful has to do with just your looks. This is where this is coming in. So this card is an invitation to move your body and to cherish it, to prioritize its needs above all else, to honor it, to shower gratitude upon it. Yes, the body is the destination, not just the vehicle. It will show you how to process and how to heal. Through the body, you'll be able to experience it all, the highs and the lows, the salty and the sweet, the ecstasy and the agony. When we're disconnected from the body, we're disconnected from the sacred and the soul. Your body knows how to move through all that life throws at you. So dance, run, walk, shake. Whatever you do, your body knows what you need, and it will show you the way through everything and anything if you let it. So this does have like a little question at the bottom, soul inquiry. How are you being called to move your body today? This is super interesting because I noticed something last night. I just felt as if I had to get out of the house. I needed to move, and I really didn't want to. I was comfortable. It was just 7:07 on the timer as I said that, and I've seen 77 several times right before I sat down here. So that feels very significant with this message. Perhaps that's a number you've been seeing, but sevens in general, but particularly 77 feels very important. It was also 7:21 when I sat down here, which felt significant as I wrote that. So we are digging into the holiest temple. So what I was noticing last night, had to get out. I went to listen to some music. It wasn't hitting the spot, let's say. Like it was okay. There was nothing wrong. It just wasn't completely filling my cup. I ended up going to the casino, and again, I was out and about, I was moving, it just didn't feel, something fell off is the only way I can describe that. And the more I walked around, the more I noticed that my knees were aching so much. And I was reflecting on the fact that this past week, I'd been working through a lot of alignment, and my back was cracking. My body was, cracking, like I was purposely working on that, attempting to adjust and align my spine. And the thought hit me, wow, I've probably released a lot of toxins into my body, and I need to really move around and motivate to help work this out. So as much as it didn't feel good in the moment, it was good for my temple. So there's a thought. For some reason, that's coming up. So the holiest temple. What do you want us to know here? Moving the body. All of a sudden, I'm hearing the song. Maybe the Bee Gees? I feel like dancing, dancing, dance the night away. That song's coming through. And There was another song. Shoot, I didn't write it down before I sat down. It'll come back through again if it's meant to go with this reading. And I don't know if I said it or not. Wow, just as I looked up there, a piece of wax fell off the candle itself. It just fell off and dropped down here. That's interesting. So pieces dropping off, falling away, preparing the space for the ending to occur. And that ending just occurred. It fell off. Oh, there's something here. Did I say with this, the phrase light bending is what was coming to my mind. I don't know if I said that or not. All right. We have the 6 of Swords coming out. Interesting. 6 of Cups is on the bottom. So we have 66 out here, and I said 77. Okay, so if you think about progression from 6 to 7, that came in a reading the other day because I made the joke, 6, 7. Okay. That's a difference of 10, which is an ending. So this progression from 6 to 7, this would be an advancement. This would be going further, maybe diving in deeper. And the 6 of Swords is about moving forward. It's moving away from trials, tribulations, problems, and into a more safe space, a more calm space. And definitely with the moon out here as bright as it is, that has a very feminine energy to it. And what's really standing out are all of these birds. I don't know if you can see all of them, but they pretty much, they cross all the way over. Let's see, is there 6? Yes. And I believe they are as well geese. And there's one geese here, and I've never seen this before in this card. This is a baby goose riding on the mama's back. I mentioned the other day about empty nesters. Okay, hold on here. I'm picking up on a very interesting energy. This is as if watching everyone else leave, everyone else fly away, and you're here amongst all of these swords and carrying someone on your back. Never have felt this out of that card. Maybe you feel as if you're being left behind in some way. Maybe you feel stuck here. I'm also seeing, now I just always took this that this is just the coloring of geese. But what I'm seeing right here, this is almost like a veil. I'm seeing that when someone is grieving, that they wear, a black veil, what have you, like over their hat or that kind of a thing. But this one is white. And I said something about the lightening of energy. So perhaps you've come that one step up, because Six of Cups is an old energy. It can be nostalgia, looking back at things. This dolphin is looking in the mirror. A remembrance of someone, a remembrance of who you were. And this dolphin is a female looking at a male. That could be significant. Seeing someone in a new light, seeing someone else healing. Because I'm seeing the rainbow. The masculine is in this rainbow energy. And you're seeing them. As I say that, this turns into, as you watch them fly away, like, so proud. You're still tending to the little ones, the little things. But something about seeing a sense of self has moved forward. Or this could be with young ones. You know, it's about that time to go back to college time, where there could be a lot of freshmen parents out there feeling that way. Okay, so what does this have to do with the holiest temple? It's something about, like, now that all of those troubles have been freed and they can move on to take care of themselves, metaphorically. Not that your children are problems. This is just a metaphor that the thoughts of the mind, we've released some of those. We get to come back to ourself and tend to the little things inside of us. Health. So it feels as though you have moved through something where you've been able to release old beliefs, maybe old ways you used to talk to yourself. And remembering the other side of yourself. So I see the feminine looking at the masculine. What else about the holiest temple? So this feels as if internally, collectively, there's a refocus of taking care of ourselves. Queen of Swords on the bottom. Becoming clear with what our body needs. Three of Cups. Joy, celebration. Ten of Wands and Five of Cups. So it's like after ending, I said there was like this dense energy and then it felt lighter. So finding joy and happiness after a very burdensome journey that has held you in low vibrating emotions. Something is released, and now you can move forward into this more peaceful time. Page of Cups and Three of Pentacles. I first saw this as the Four of Pentacles. And I was thinking about something new to hold, like this new geeseling, is that what you call them, on Mama's back. So that could be for some of you, because that's what I saw first. But Page of Cups and Three of Pentacles is that there's definitely a new beginning. That's being creative. And on each end, we have Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, 33. Lots of these dual numbers coming up. Exact match. So there's some sort of a new energy. Oh, I'm getting this is newly focusing on you, your cup. A new way of approaching love for your own body. And it's to help, to build, to create. So something about in the darkness. I'm seeing most of these cards are in the darkness with a light shining on it, okay? So there's definitely something here about masculine and feminine energies. It's like just the right amount. There's something about that. It's just right. All these matching numbers. And there's a new emotion coming forward or up that maybe we haven't recognized. Maybe we've pushed it down because of the trials and burdens that we've had. And now that we've been able to release that, this new energy will rise, and it's going to help us create these new things, new projects, new spaces. And it's because our life force energy is now able to move. Okay. I feel like this deck is important. So what do we need to know about this? Something left and some new energy is coming in, and this is all assisting our body. Top of the deck is Christ consciousness. Bottom of the deck, Archangel Azrael. This has been coming up for 2 days. Comfort, patience, especially at the time of passing, loss, sadness, or depression. I just did that reading, big reading, dense energy about grief. So it feels as though we are releasing something from our past that we were still carrying a burden of. A hard time, a hard journey. You may have felt like I've gone through a very hard life. We have Dionysus, winemaking, orchards, fruits, vegetation, fertility, and festivity. We also have intoxication, intimate relations. And there's even a message here about savage rituals. Maybe the word savage is important to someone. I'm hearing acting like savages. Something feasting on or feasting off of, perhaps your energy. We have Venus, again, love, sexuality, beauty, fertility, triumph. So it's kind of like opposite sides of the same spectrum. And we have decisions, prophets, and ancient seers, predictive guidance, future potential, advice to achieve a positive outcome, and meditation or sleep. So I feel that there is a group of individuals who has felt in a meditative or tranced out state, or like they've been sleeping through life, something to that effect, that it may have been like driving you crazy, and knowing that it's to help you through this next phase, like you needed that rest then. And then I'm also seeing a group of individuals. Wow, I'm getting a really, a buzzing, a vibration right here in my head. I also see another group of individuals who meditate a lot, who are very consistent in their meditation. And I see you, my outdoor lights just kicked on. I see you like waking up, okay, and actually moving with meditation, like perhaps on a walk in nature. I'm seeing someone smelling flowers, like out in a park-like setting, touching, looking at the leaves, allowing your meditation to move you. Okay, that's for someone. What else do you want this collective to know here? Okay. This is something to do with feminine wisdom, divine feminine wisdom. This is the one I'm going to remember one day. That's how I'm going to say that differently. I'm going to remember the name of this one day. On the bottom, solitude, withdraw from society. That's where you've been. And hope, belief, and fulfillment, card number 25. So, okay, that's stepping out of solitude. That was part of the message the other day, was about doing something different and surrounding yourself with human contact. And something about that restoring hope. So allowing your body to move, doing something differently, going for the walk for your meditation instead of in the normal way. This is something about doing something differently. And I just noticed that's also card 6. 666. The angel number 666 is about refocus. Refocusing to a different, something's ending and we're shifting to refocus. And it really does seem that there's going to be a collective shift of refocusing on the body, the vessel, and the importance of our body here on earth and how dependent the soul is for our own body. It's what carries. It works hand in hand, body and spirit. Mind, body, spirit. Okay. And then we have card number 14, support, encouragement, and assistance. This is giving a very Three of Cups energy. I'm hearing restoring hope in humanity. On the bottom of the deck, inspiration. Stepping into the hope, stepping into the sunlight. There may have been a very shocking ending. Because of this lightning. 25 is also 7. Six, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7. There's this progression. It's like that's a 10-year difference, and then that's a 100-year difference. What happened 100 years ago that we're noticing a change? That would be interesting to look back in the history books and see what was happening 100 years ago. Don't know why that's coming through, but it is. And this is card number 19. 9 and 1 is 10. So finding that inspiration, that strength, that inner strength in our own vessel. And it feels as if we are getting a deeper intuition within ourselves. Because I also wrote, and I think I forgot to say it, I heard receiving a message into the core. And I questioned, like, is this a frequency? So it feels like this upgrade that is happening collectively right now is being received all the way into our core. Core frequency upgrade. All right. I'm going to get one last card here and we're going to close this out. This is the deck that has to do with frequencies. What do you want the collective to know to close out this reading? Yeah, I already know there's going to be more. It landed right here on my hand. Recalibration. 32, which it's 3239 right now. Card number 32, recalibration. Our body's recalibrating. Oh, and as I think back about that dolphin looking at the past, looking reflective in the mirror, looking at how things used to be, and I just said 100 years ago. We're recalibrating to our most inner core frequency. How? I don't know. Consciousness. 9. We're raising our consciousness. That's how. We're recalibrating our own personal vessel by raising our consciousness. That's the Queen of Swords here. Accepting new beliefs, being open-minded to maybe seeing a different perspective, trying something new. I know it doesn't sound like it goes together. I know it doesn't sound like if I'm hurting that I should go for a walk, but try it once. Does it make a difference? There's something about that, like testing it out. Okay. That's what I have for you today, collective. I hope this helps. And I look forward to hearing your comments. And if this resonates, you know what to do. And I will see you next time. Till then, leave love. Bye now.